Thank you for downloading the NOTsensical podcast. The podcast which you're about to experience features several of the finest, funniest, and most NOTsensical moments of the highly acclaimed show NOTsensical, obviously. The NOTsensical show is broadcast to the masses by Chelmsford Community Radio, 104.4 frequency modulation, in both leather and bakelite. For more information regarding the show, please send a telegram or sealed down envelope to notlistening.co.uk. I will now hand you over to your host, the delightful Adam Barker, who will discuss the social concerns of the day. Adam.
Oh, would you look at the time? It's time to stop what you're doing and sit back and listen to a brand new edition of NOTsensical with your host, Adam Barker. Oh, and the actual funny one, Gary Grubb. Cue the theme music. What? No theme music. Oh, they couldn't afford it or something? Well, what am I supposed to do now? Just make something up? Oh, okay. It's the NOTsensical show. Let's go. Faux show. Bro, you know, it's the nonsensical... whatever.
Welcome along, everybody, to NOTsensical here on Chelmsford Community Radio 104.4 FM. Unfortunately, Gary Grubb isn't here today. He's bowed out. He's like, sorry, mate, I ain't got a car to drive in today, so you have to do the show by yourself. Right, sorry. So I thought, I ain't doing a show by myself. Who wants to listen to me for 90 minutes talking by myself? I can't do that. I need someone in the studio. So luckily, what I did, I went online. And I found someone. And not like that. It's not. I didn't go on Tinder or anything like that and find someone. It's not like a radio version of Tinder or anything out there. But there should be. That'd be good. That'd be fun. And I got in touch with somebody that I know personally from what I went to school with, but we've kind of lost touch over the years. And then suddenly, for the wonders of the internet, we've come back together. And I'm introducing you, my friend, Gemma.
Hello.
All right, hey, Gemma, you should have like a round of applause or something, but I haven't got the...
Behave.
Well, behave? Why?
Behave.
You're nervous, aren't you?
I'm actually really nervous. I feel like I need a drink.
If you need like a scotch or
and
whiskey.
I hardly drink these days.
Well, there you go.
It's a big deal.
It is a big deal. So I've got Gemma here, and me and Gemma, we're going to be talking about mainly what Gemma does sort of online. Is like you run like a website called Marathon Girl, yeah?
Yep, that's correct.
And it all revolves around running.
It does. I love running.
She's like Forrest Gump.
I wouldn't go that far, but I do like to run quite a long way.
You just keep on running.
I keep on running.
So what we're going to do today, we're going to be talking to Gemma about her website, we're going to be talking to Gemma about running, we're going to be talking to her about her life, get her involved in some nonsense chat, and because this
I hope I'm going to be able to answer this nonsense chat.
It's nonsense. Who knows? There's no answer.
I'm going to be useless.
Well, that's good. Makes me look really clever and intelligent.
Okay, I'm up for it.
So also, because it's a radio show, we have to play a bit of music. Because it's a radio show, people are like, excuse me, I'd like to listen to music on the radio. I don't want to listen to people talk all the time. Can you please play some songs? So I'm going to play songs, and then we're going to have like a running theme.
I love that.
An actual running theme. The running theme is running. So there you go. All right, if you want to hit us up on Twitter, you can. Just give us a tweet at NOTsensical, or find us on Facebook, facebook.com/NOTsensical, and you can find us, you can chat to us, and you can ask Gemma if she's got any tips about running or anything. It'd be a good laugh. All right, so we're going to play our first song, and it's actually called, guess what, Gemma? It's called Running.
I love this song, by the way.
By Naughty Boy, featuring Beyonce and Arrow Benjamin, here on NOTsensical, CCR 104.4. Like that song, Gemma?
Yep.
Yes, that was very, very good. Very good. Good choice. Well done. So welcome along, everybody. It's the NOTsensical show here on Chelmsford Community Radio. Thank you for joining us. So Gemma Hockett is here, a.k.a. Marathon Girl.
Woo!
That's pretty cool to have an a.k.a., isn't it, really? You're like Gossip Girl.
It's funny how it's kind of... People now call me Marathon Girl when I'm randomly.
When you meet up with them?
Yeah, it's quite funny, actually.
Because you've gained quite a good following online.
Yeah, it's growing. It's growing. I find it fascinating. These people are interested. It's great.
Well, because you're a runner and you've got a good story to tell. I mean, so we're going to get into that.
It's been a bit of a long story.
We got to half 8, don't worry about it. We got to half 8, we got time to fill so we can keep talking.
Okay, awesome.
But obviously, before we get into like the whole Marathon Girl sort of blog, the whole running, me and you went to school together.
We did.
So now, whenever I watch like people on TV, and people on TV are like famous people, and they say, "Oh, I used to work with him," or "I used to go to school with her," I always feel like, what a small world. Celebrities actually know each other. Not saying that we're celebrities, but
I'm definitely not a celebrity.
People, this is what happens. Is like, I'm doing this, you're doing that. We went to school together. So maybe like when you're a big marathon runner and I'm still doing this, people will be like, "Didn't you go to school with Marathon Girl?" Like, yeah, I did, yeah. Claim to fame.
You never know. This could happen.
It could happen. I like the way you said that I wouldn't be doing this, that I would be doing something a lot bigger and more impressive. But anyway, so we went to school together.
Yep.
Long time ago.
A very long time ago.
We're not that old. Not saying we went to school in the 40s. It was like we went to school in the 90s and noughties.
Yep.
So when we grew up together at school, we got on, didn't we? We were friends,
I think we did.
I wouldn't say we were like
I
best
vaguely
buds.
remember us being in the same science class.
Oh, yeah, science. Well, I learned all my knowledge.
But I don't think we did a lot of work.
No, we always sat at the back, didn't we?
We sat at the back.
Bench at the back, bad idea.
Bench at the back. And, yeah, we didn't do much work, but we had fun.
I mean, I loved school science because I didn't learn anything. And the idea is that when I come out of school, I learned more about science just by reading the internet.
Yeah, true.
And going online and that.
Yeah.
But if I'd paid attention to science in school, I would have missed out on all the fun we had. All the jokes we used to sort of do, all the silly little writing things. I've got to make a disclaimer to everybody. Not listening at school is not big or clever. You should be learning, everybody. So when you go to school, listen to your teachers. They're there to, mould your future.
Can I just say, while we're on, I think we were in the same music class as well.
I think we were in a lot of the same classes.
And didn't we lock the teacher in the cupboard? I'm sure you were in my class when that happened.
Put a disclaimer out there for people out, kids out there. Do not lock teachers in the cupboards there. They're there to mould your future.
Were you in my class or not?
I think I do remember, yeah.
It was big news.
We were rascals, weren't we?
Yeah.
We were rascals. So,
nothing's changed, really.
Yeah, well, you ain't changed. It was exactly the same.
That's what you said as soon as you saw me.
I was expecting you to turn up and I'd be like, oh, look how wrinkly she's got. Look how, she ain't aged well. She must put filters on all her photos.
Oh,
no, you walked in and I was like, it's Gemma. It's 15-year-old Gemma again.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I'm a nice guy. I'm a nice guy.
Thank you.
See. I like the way you do it again. You're not repaying the compliment to me, so you're just sort of taking the compliment.
Okay,
fine.
I'm gonna pay you one.
Go.
I'm really, really impressed that you've kind of started running.
Kind of started running.
We'll talk about that later.
Yes. So at school, did that where your running started? Because I don't remember you being like a cross-country runner or anything, was you?
Do you remember me sprinting at school?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's kind of where it started for me. So in my before teenage years, when we were at school, on sports day and kind of all that stuff, I got into somehow running 100 metres.
You're asking a lot for kids to run. That's a sprinting.
I sprinted and 200 metres and relay, and I did a bit of long jump and all this kind of stuff. But I was quite good at the 100 metres. I wasn't bad at it.
Yeah.
Until really I got older and everyone sort of grew stronger and bigger, and I kind of kept quite slim.
Yeah.
And short.
Yeah, you're not tall.
No.
I'm just putting that out for people. It's radio.
Yeah, I'm not very tall.
Yeah.
But yeah, so at school, I did a little bit of sprinting. Thought that I was quite good at it. I wasn't really. But before we left school, do you remember they introduced cross country?
Oh.
They made us run round. I don't even think it was actually that far, but for us it felt far.
For young kids like us and a 14-year-old, 15-year-old, 13-year-old...
I think maybe 5k at the most.
Yeah, it was running round the field and the field at the back and then...
Yeah, it was the fields and a hill. Do you remember the hill?
Little hill, and it was amazing because...
And everyone came up with excuses why they couldn't do it.
Yeah, it was amazing how many people suddenly had asthma.
Did you do it?
I did it.
You did,
because
yeah.
I just do it but it's amazing how many people never had asthma once in their life. Suddenly, they all had asthma. So they're like, I'm having an asthma attack. No, you're not. You're just lazy and fat, and you're unfit. And you can't run.
Yeah. Well, basically, I did that race on 2 years on the trot, I think it was, and somehow I managed to win.
Yeah, look at you.
Yeah, but it was really bizarre because I hadn't done any cross-country training.
Yeah.
It was quite far compared to running 100 metres, and yeah, I won it by quite a long way. I do actually remember being sick as well, so I definitely pushed myself.
Push yourself to the limit.
Pushed myself to the limit. Anyway, and then I remember the PE teacher, Mrs. Rolfe.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Mrs. Rolfe. Don't know if she's still there, but she says to me, I think you might be better at longer distance than sprinting. And I was like, oh, well, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't really care. And I never...
I'm busy being sick.
And I never entertained it. Yeah, I was busy being sick. I never... And actually, things haven't changed. I'm still sick quite often. But yeah, and then I just completely left it there and didn't really go back to that sort of have a go at longer distance stuff until much later. So after my teenage years, it all just kind of got forgotten, really.
And then you just suddenly brought it back up randomly.
Well, it wasn't random.
Well, we can get into that. Is there like something that happened?
Random. Yeah, a few things that happened. But what actually made me get back into physical exercise and, well, to try and get fit again was that I had gained a little bit of weight.
Oh, that's it. That's motivation for a lot of people. I ate too
many pies.
Yeah. Oh, did you now?
Drank too many glasses of wine.
It's what 20s are for,
and I
Gemma.
just got a little bit out of condition.
Yeah.
And decided that I needed to get fit again.
All right. Well, there you go. So we'll play another song, and we're going to when we come back, we're going to be discussing.
Okay.
How you got back into the shape of a marathon girl.
All right.
Oh, I was teasing it there. The music stopped, so it wasn't.
Adam Bunker. Did you know he was English? I'm American and I have no idea what the hell he's saying. Seriously, no idea.
Yeah, that's a running song that was, called Running If You Call My Name by Haim.
I actually don't think I've heard that song before.
Me neither, but it had running in the title, so I just put it in. Is that right?
Yeah,
it's part of the theme,
all right.
isn't it?
Yep.
So you're listening to Adam and Gemma, way here on CCR 104.4 FM, NOTsensical Show. Give us a tweet at NOTsensical. NOTsensical. Here we go. So we're talking to Gemma about her journey to becoming marathon girl.
Yeah, where were we?
Wow. Before anyone says marathon, not the Snickers bar, because that's weird, isn't it? It's like, I'm a marathon girl. Why are you called that? Do you run marathons? No, I just really like Snickers. But I don't want to be called Snickers girl because that'd be weird. So, marathon girl. How did you get there? What happened?
So
you got fat?
No, I got a little bit out of shape.
You got it.
I think my mum actually said to me, Gemma, you've got a bit of a tyre going on around your belly.
I know,
I actually vaguely remember that conversation, something along those lines. Anyway, so I decided to get fit. So I joined a gym and I asked one of the chaps in the gym to help me get fit.
Yeah.
He said, get on the treadmill and run 5k for me.
Fair enough.
I was shocking.
Was you really bad?
Like really, really bad.
Did it give you cross-country nightmares?
No, it was on obviously a flat treadmill with no incline at all.
Yeah.
And I think I ran about 3k. So
how many miles is 3k?
Maybe like 1 and a bit.
Oh, okay. So when you say K, I don't know how much
I'm
it is.
actually all in miles. I'm like a bit old-fashioned.
Well, so am I. I don't know what K means. Kilometres.
That is the one.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I couldn't run very far at all, and I remember thinking to myself, Jesus Christ, I need to get fit.
Yeah.
I can't run even really for like half an hour. This is shocking.
Was it like you actually did you feel a bit embarrassed? Because obviously
I was quite embarrassed.
You're the sort of person, and obviously I know you knew from school, and I'm quite proud person.
Really?
When you want to do something, you want to do well in it.
Yeah, that is me, I guess.
And if you don't want to do something, you just won't bother. AKA science. Not interested. Not interested, sir.
All or nothing, I think. Yeah, so I am a bit like that, you're right.
And I think that's a mentality you've always had, because you had that at school. Like I said, so you did the sprinting, you did it, you're winning. Then you did the cross country. Mentality, subconscious in mind, was just like, oh, I need to win this. So you just did it. Do you know what I mean? So maybe you've got that mentality.
You know
from
me
the
better
start.
than I thought. This is quite scary.
Well, I do know some psychologists, and I do talk to them sometimes. But that's what you've always sort of taken me as. So someone that always puts, I'm going to put a bit of effort in.
Yeah, and I did. So as part of this, he said to me, Gemma, I think you should sign up to a 10K. So 10K, 6.1 miles.
Oh, okay.
And I thought to myself,
let's do it.
Yeah, I thought I'm going to go out and train to run 10 kilometres, and it was horrendous. I remember training for the distance, running around London. I had a training partner, so both of us were trying to be able to run 6 miles ish, and it was really, really bad. And I thought, oh my god, how am I going to go and do this in a race? This is going to be terrible. And I did it. Somehow I did it. I got there. It was in London. It was in Greenwich somewhere. And, I ran 10K and I got a medal. And I thought to myself, oh, my God, I've just run, 10K. That is amazing.
I like medals. I like getting
I
stuff.
did quite like the medal. But, for me, it was more that I achieved something. And I thought to myself, hang on, this doesn't need to end here. What about if I tried to run a little bit further? Yeah. So I went back to the gym, got the gym chap. I said, look, I'd like to run a half marathon. Do you think I can do it? He said, yeah, of course. At the time, I think endurance running, it wasn't as popular as it was now. But I think it was getting popular. More and more people were kind of interested about it.
Well, after the 2012 Olympics, I think when Mo Farah... I think people were like, oh, let's do it. Everyone can run. Let's do it. It's cheap.
Yeah, well...
You don't have to pay to run.
I thought it was cheap. Now I'm a bit like, it's not so cheap now. But so I signed up for a half marathon. My first one was the Brentwood half marathon. Yeah. And I remember, I do still remember this, running round at home. I got to 12 miles and I remember calling my mum and calling everyone in my phone book afterwards being like, oh my God, I've just run 12 miles! I was just so shocked that we could run. Yeah. We can run that far. And I just thought, oh my God. But at that time, running a marathon had never, ever crossed my mind. It never crossed my mind. I did the half marathon. I got through the finish line. I just thought, oh my God, this is amazing. And that, it kind of ended there. Right, okay. Then I went to watch my friend run the London Marathon. Yep. That's kind of when it all changed. So I was at about mile 20 of the race. Yep. I'd had a couple of glasses of wine, so I was under the influence. Right. And a man came past and he was in a really, really bad way. His knee, it looked like his knee had gone to the back of his leg. Oh. Honestly, it was really bad.
What mile was this? 20?
20, yeah.
So he had 6 to go?
Yeah.
So he had a 10K to run?
He still had 10K to go. And, I don't know what his name was. I refer to him as Dave.
Oh, everyone knows Dave.
Because everyone knows a Dave,
there
right?
There you go, you know a Dave now.
And, and
Kneecap
I was
Dave.
like, come on, Dave, you can do it. And like I say, I was under the influence, so I probably was a little bit more emotionally charged with it.
I can imagine that.
But I was like, come on, you can do it. He's like, I can't. I was like, come on, Dave, yes, you can. Yeah. And after, a bit of a squabble, he was like, do you know what? I can. And I was crying. I was like, oh my God. And he picked himself up and he started running. And I remember just standing there thinking to myself, if he can do it, then so can I.
Oh, look at that. That's a great story.
And that is where it started. The next day I thought, right, I'm going to run the London Marathon. That is where it started, that day.
Wow, that's a really impressive story. I mean,
and now it's just got out of control.
Yeah, now it's taken a bit too far. Now all we do is running. In between the songs, all you do is running around the circles. Oh wow! All right, well, we're going to play a song. This song you've picked is actually called "Be the One." You said this is a great running track.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Don't have to elaborate or anything.
I think I may have listened to this one today.
What, whilst running?
Yeah.
Or was you at the gym or running today?
No, running today.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah.
Running before the show. All right, it's Beta 1 here on CCR NOTsensical.
NOTsensical. Live here on CCR 104.4 FM. Yep, this is actually on the radio, folks. For real.
Yeah, that was The Wanted with Running Out of Reasons. Not gonna lie, not one of my favourite songs, but it had the word running in it, so that's why I put it in the system.
Can I just say, every time that Mike Live light comes on, I get really scared. It's like, bang, it's on.
Bang you on, you've got to talk now.
Got to talk about something.
Yeah. You listen to NOTsensical here on CCR 104.4. Give us a tweet, everybody, if you want to, at NOTsensical. Right, Gemma's here, aka Marathon Girl. And we were just
Again?
She wasn't paying attention. We were talking about your rise to become Marathon Girl. So this is like an origin story. So we just discussed at school. You started running. Then you started a bit of cross country. Then you got a little bit out of shape. Then you said, right, I'm going to start getting into shape. Did a bit of 10k. Did a bit of this. Did a bit of that. Bit of running. Then you saw somebody nearly die at a London Marathon. His knee was like backwards, and
I actually hope he didn't die.
And drunken Gemma started shouting, "Get up, man! Come on, run!"
I did swear at him.
Did you?
Maybe.
Oh, you did. You were overly drunk. I can imagine that. And then this sort of led you on a path to Marathon Girl. So let's pick up from there.
Okay, so I decided, like I said, that day, London Marathon.
Yeah.
After seeing Dave. That I wanted to run the London Marathon.
Mm-hmm.
So I went into training really hard. It wasn't just about completing it. I wanted to go under 4 hours. That was really, like, I had to go under 4 hours.
Well, why 4 hours? What made you pick that?
I don't really know. I felt like everyone who sort of conquered the marathon, I saw a lot of this 4 hour stuff going on, and I thought, I think 4 hours might be like a pretty decent time. So I wanted to achieve it, but I also wanted to achieve it in a good time. So
again, this is where your winning mentality comes in.
Yeah, maybe.
Because if it was me, I would have been like, I'm doing London Marathon. They'd be like, have you got time? I'm like, yeah, 3 days. I'll get it done in 3 days. I'll stop, have a kip, down the pub.
Yeah, I think you're right. I wanted to do it well. So off I went, training, and it was really bad.
Was it?
Yeah, really bad. Literally everything that could go wrong went wrong.
Right.
I had injuries left, right and centre, to the point actually where quite a lot of people, physios and whatnot, told me that I shouldn't be running long distance. My body is not cut out for it.
Right,
I was told that a couple of times.
You are like Forrest Gump.
No.
You were never going to run, and you're like, I'm going to keep running.
But yeah, I was told that I wasn't actually built for this kind of stuff, and I should do myself a favour now and stop.
Yeah.
But I was committed. You know, I'd raised a lot of money for charity, and I really, really wanted to go out and experience it. So I kept going. I do remember on my long runs leading up to it, so I'm talking maybe like 18 or 19 mile runs, I remember calling people out my phone book as I was running, just begging them to talk to me to get me through the last 10 minutes.
Right.
Because it was that painful.
Is this preparation for the marathon?
Yeah, so this is on my long runs.
Yeah.
So you go up the miles, like at the time I think I was going up every week by 1 mile. So 15 miles, 16 miles, 17 miles, 18 miles, 19 miles.
Yeah.
And I had it in my head that I needed to run 20 miles before I ran the marathon.
Which kind of makes sense, I get that.
Yeah, it does. But at the time, just getting up those miles each week I found incredibly hard. Testing, it was brutal on my body, and I got to the London Marathon on the day, and I did it. 3 hours 59 minutes and 10 seconds.
Oh, look at that!
I was cutting it fine.
Yeah, you were.
But I wanted under 4 hours.
And you did it.
And I did it.
It's fact. Can't argue with maths.
It really hurt, like to the point where I was like, oh my God, I'm never doing this again.
Yeah.
Like, it hurt so bad. And afterwards, I was drinking a bottle of champagne.
Right.
I think I was actually in a lot of shock that I had gone under 4 hours.
Do you think the adrenaline was still keeping you going?
Yeah, adrenaline, was pretty crazy. Anyway, I was a broken woman, completely broken and drunk.
Yeah.
And the next day, I went on holiday to actually get over myself. And I was just thinking while I was on the plane, what if I did train a little bit better?
Oh, I see.
What if I trained smarter, took my nutrition a little bit more seriously, stretched a little bit more, maybe, get some decent trainers, just take it all a little bit more seriously.
Next level.
And I thought, what can I achieve if I come back next year and have another go? So that was my sort of mindset at the time. I wonder if I can do this a little bit better.
And what year was this?
So this must have been 2013. So
Okay.
this would have been for the following year. So I said basically, right, I'm going to do this again.
So 2014, you said I'm going to aim for 2014, yeah?
I'm going to do it again, yeah. So I started training again and took it very seriously.
A little bit too seriously? That people started saying, well, calm down.
But I told everyone, I said, guys and girls, I'm going to run a 3:30 marathon. 3:30.
That's a time, 3:30.
Yep. I said, that is what I'm going to do. And everyone told me I was crazy. I remember people
You're crazy,
saying...
Gemma, you can't do 3:30.
They said to me, taking half an hour off your time is pretty mad. And I said, yeah, I know, but I'm going to give it a go. Like, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, but half an hour, Gemma, it's a lot. I was like, no, it's fine.
It's an episode of EastEnders, Gemma.
It's a long time.
It's an episode of EastEnders.
Anyway, I did train really hard, like I said, and I actually ran a 3:21.
Oh, wow.
So I don't really know how I found those extra minutes, but...
Proving people wrong, maybe.
I think I got to about mile 20 and thought, do you know what? This is great and I'm having so much fun and it hurts, but not as bad as I thought it would. So I'm going to put my foot down and literally flew. I remember seeing my friends along the London Embankment and they were so shocked to see me because they were like, you're ahead of schedule. Because I think the trackers back then weren't as good as they are now, where you can literally track where someone is. Back then it was like,
They're around this area.
Yeah, they're around somewhere. Yeah. Like, she checked in half an hour ago, but we're not really sure where she is. Anyway, I come flying down the embankment and I was waving and smiling, having so much fun. Yeah. And I remember them all just looking at me thinking, what? And I got through that finish line and I was sick everywhere all over a man. Like, really bad.
Was he a steward or just a man, like an spectator?
He was a runner, and he was slumped up, and I was sick all over him. It was Lucozade and energy gel combined. So I learnt my lesson after that to never combine energy gel with a sports drink. Yeah, that was not a great idea. Anyway, I was really sick. I felt terrible, and I remember being there on that day, thinking the most crazy thought. I thought, oh my goodness, I'm going to go under 3 hours. Why not? Sub 3. I reckon I can run a sub 3 marathon.
Well, what's sub 3? Like that, so under 3 hours?
Under 3 hours.
Not a lot of people do that unless they really put the effort in, take it seriously.
Yes.
Or are actual runners.
Yeah, true.
For a living. So
I kind of say, I know this is going to sound really silly, but I kind of have this sort of thought process that I'm not really a runner. I'm a runner who shouldn't run, which sounds crazy, but yeah.
You're like, you have all this belief that you can do something. You have this winning mentality. You can do it, but you also have this kind of humbleness that you don't believe that it should be happening.
It's a bit of a weird, it's a bit strange.
It's quite refreshing to see someone be like, oh no, I really want to do well, I really want to do it, I want to push myself to the limit, I want to do it. And then when someone says, but you're a runner, I go, well, not really. Well, you are, because you're putting all the effort, you're doing exactly what runners do, you're living that life.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
But you're doing it off your own back.
Yeah.
With a job.
You have
a normal job, you have a husband, you have a life.
Yep.
But you're like, I just like to run like the professionals do.
I do like to run. I decided then that I was going to go under 3 hours, and
the next year, or you're going to have a couple of years.
I just said I wanted to do it.
Okay.
I knew it would be tough to do. Yeah. So I mean, ideally, I would have loved to have done it the next time, but I appreciated that it's tough and anything can go wrong, and you just have to sort of kind of go with the flow and see where you end up. So I started the journey to sub 3, and I think I just said a second ago, everyone said I was crazy yet again. There have been times, there were times on the journey where I did wonder if I was crazy myself, and because it is really tough.
A little bit.
It's really tough.
I'm not going to lie to you, Gemma. A little bit crazy.
Yeah, a little bit. I started the journey to sub 3, which was very twisty and turny. Tested me on every single level you can imagine. But this year I did it.
Did it?
At Manchester.
This year?
This year. 2 hours,
17.
59 and 37 seconds.
Oh, I wish I had some ding, ding, ding buttons. Hang on, let's see if I can find something. Right.
I need, all that jazz,
Right, are you ready?
Go
so,
on.
say it again. What
did I just say?
What time did you do it in?
My time was 2 hours, 59 and 37 seconds.
You did it, Gemma! You did it!
And this time, I was not sick. I was slumped up. I actually threw myself across the finish line.
Yeah.
I'd had like a sprint finish with a lady.
Did you do the thing where you put your arms out and your chest forward and be like, ah?
Do you know
Photo
what?
finish,
can I just talk about the photos? They are so bad. So basically, when you run a marathon, they bombard you with all the photos afterwards to buy. And because, 26.2 miles is a long way, you get quite a lot of photos taken of you.
Right.
Anyway, mine are so funny. Like, the worst photos. My friend John sent me a message with a link a couple of nights after, and I couldn't sleep that night. I was actually in hysterics. The photos are so bad. I look like I'm in so much pain. I'm going to fall over. Like, it's really, really bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had a sprint finish. It killed me. I collapsed on the floor. I was like, oh my goodness. And I remember vaguely an ambulance, support person being like, are you okay? And I couldn't even talk. Now, that's a problem. That's a massive problem.
And it's not like you.
Because I like to talk.
Yeah.
And I just thought, oh. That was quite painful.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got over myself quite quickly.
Yeah.
Someone gave me a pint of beer.
As you do.
I actually really regret that pint of beer, because in all of those, in every single sub 3 picture I've got taken on the day,
You got a beer in your hands.
I've got a beer in my hand. Do you know I don't even drink beer?
So that was like, she's the girl that drinks.
And the beer looks bigger than me. The beer's bigger than my face. Have you seen it?
I've seen that picture.
It's everywhere.
It's a great picture, but it gives you character. You're not just one of them runners then. You are someone that's pushed themselves. You said you're going to do it. You did it.
Yeah.
So much admiration for someone that actually say they're going to do something in life. Like I said, we had a discussion before we went on air, like how things have changed since we left school and that. And I told you that a good 4 years ago, I suddenly said, I'm going to start saying yes more to stuff. Stop saying no. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to say yes to everything. That would be ridiculous. But I wanted to say yes to things that I was scared of doing.
Yeah.
Why not just do it?
I think
nothing to the degree of what you've done, but for obviously getting onto the radio, doing a podcast, doing a radio show.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have done that before. I'd have been like, oh, what's the point? But now I'm like, just do it.
I do think, to get out of your comfort zone is really hard. But once you've done it, it's amazing.
You can't stop, can you?
No.
You can't stop. You can't stop. That's the thing.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop. All right, we're going to play another song. We're going to play Kate Bush, Running Up That Hill. Because it's got the running in the title.
Oh, dear.
Gemma, that's what it is. And then, obviously, we've got more to talk about. It doesn't end there, Gemma.
Then can we have some, decent 90s tunes?
If I can find some.
I've promised everyone.
Oh, you've been promising people songs now, have you?
90s tunes.
All right, we'll look for some
Good
90s.
ones.
We'll look for some good 90s tunes after 8 o'clock. All right, okay, so we're going to play Run Up That Hill by Kate Bush, because it's got the word running in it. And when we come back, we're going to play some 90s tunes. And we're going to be talking about Marathon Girl Online.
Okay.
NOTsensical. Imagine if Trump and Hitler had a baby in a weird alternative universe. Nothing to do with the show, but just imagine it. Pretty weird concept, huh?
Oh, Kate Bush. Check this ending. Check this ending out.
Rocking.
Could you run to this?
Not sure. Don't think so.
No, I wouldn't.
It's not fast enough.
Right, yeah, so Gemma's still here. We are talking about running. Marathon Girl.
Woo!
Woohoo! So running songs, right? Before we hit 8 o'clock and we got to do like the adverts, because you have to pay the bills here at the station by paying adverts.
Okay.
Running songs.
Yep.
What sort of songs do you run to?
It's a real mix.
Yeah.
And it really does depend on the session I'm running, what the weather's like, and what kind of mood I'm in.
All right, okay.
So
a lot of factors then.
Yeah, there are a lot of factors. So, for example, if it's a nice day and I've got a speed session, I might blast myself out with something like Prodigy.
Oh, you love a bit of Prodigy, do you?
Yeah, I do.
You're a 90s girl, that's why.
Did you know that Keith Flint actually was from Chelmsford?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Doesn't he live in like Braintree or something?
I think he went to Boswell School.
Oh, there you go.
It wasn't our school.
Oh, it wasn't our school. We went great bad. Oh.
Yeah, it wasn't our school, but yeah, he is from the area.
Yeah, I heard recently that he lived in Braintree. So
maybe he moved. He was from Springfield, apparently.
Oh.
Apparently. But anyway, yeah, so I like to blast myself out with kind of stuff like that. Or it could go the other way and I might listen to a bit of like Michael Jackson Earth Song.
Hang on.
I've got
Earth
a bit of a story about that.
So, okay, we're going to turn this down. I'm going to play this. Do you run to this?
No, I did once. So I had like...
So this is the start of Earth Song. So you're running and this come on.
No, I was actually finishing a run. It was an 18-mile run.
Yeah.
And it was a really, 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 really bad run.
Yeah.
Because, you do have a lot of bad runs. Well, I do. And, yeah, I was just like, oh, my goodness, someone show me some light. This is, like, really bad. I don't know what happened, but I just wasn't feeling it anyway. Carrying on running, run. And, yeah, this song came on at the end. And I was like, I found the answer. Earth Song.
And then this happened.
It did make me feel a lot better, and I felt so like empowered. It actually does go a bit crazy, this song, once it gets going.
It does.
And I was like running for my life around this park, like striding out, like felt amazing. So yeah, I always have a bit of a chuckle to Michael Jackson Earth Song.
This song, I
it takes me back.
Ages. Where does it go? It goes into this.
It actually goes even crazier at the end.
At the end, right? It
like,
skips the end.
Have you seen the video? He's He's like standing like Jesus.
It's the end of the world.
Yeah, it is like the end of the world. Yeah. So if you can imagine, I was like running for my life, like probably crying, I don't know, like, oh, when's this going to end? And I just suddenly felt amazing.
Yeah.
And I killed myself on that run and felt great afterwards.
All thanks to MJ.
Yeah, it sorted me right out. Yeah, right, moving on. Next one.
I haven't heard the song in ages.
It is actually a good song.
I like the end of it where he just goes, woo!
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Imagine running this. I could imagine you actually thinking it's all about you.
Really?
Yeah. This is me!
What, this is me, Michael Jackson?
No, you're not Michael Jackson. That'd be very controversial.
Exactly. But, another day. We'll save that.
This bit.
Yeah, it's good.
Amazing. So, running songs. All right, so what we do then...
we was talking about the Prodigy, weren't we?
Yeah, we're going to play a Prodigy song. I found a good one that you really like, because the minute I said it, you were like, yes!
I absolutely love this song. This is great.
Out of space.
This is great when you want to blast yourself out, run round a racetrack really, really fast.
This ain't no Michael Jackson Earth Song.
This is a good song.
Out of Space by Prodigy.
This is a really good song.
So what we do, we're going to go to some adverts, because we've got to play adverts here on the radio station, and then we're going to be coming back into the show with a bit of Prodigy for the last half hour, where we're going to be talking to Gemma about the actual website of Marathon Girl.
Yep.
How people have found you online.
Yep.
You are like the Zoella of running.
Instagram!
And Instagram. You love a bit of Instagram.
I do.
Stay tuned,
everybody.
Don't
tell anyone, it's a secret.
Oh, I didn't. NOTsensical. Oh, look at that. We're raving in the studio here.
I just had a dance.
You did have a little dance there, Gemma. Here, NOTsensical, CCR, into the last half hour, the home stretch. This is what this is the last 6 miles of the show.
It actually is.
That's what it is.
The time's gone so fast. I'm not quite sure how it's happened.
That's what happens when you're talking.
It happens when you're having fun.
That is. So, Marathon Girl, Gemma is here, and we've been talking about her rise to becoming Marathon Girl, and she's been doing it by going from marathon to marathon to marathon, pushing herself every single time, making sure that she gets under the certain time she wants to do it. And it spawned a website blog.
Yeah, it did. So, I'll just rewind it a little bit. So, I started Instagram.
Right, okay, you started it first.
Yeah, I started Instagram first, and the reason why I started it was because I was fundraising for charity, and I kind of felt that I'd blasted everyone on Facebook to death with, "Hi guys, I've just run another 20-mile run, and can I have £100 please?"
Yeah.
I think they were a little bit bored of it.
They're like,
so I kind of thought,
unfriend.
Yeah, and I thought I need to sort of reach out to more people about this to try and fundraise, but also I didn't want to keep blasting the same people saying, "Look, I've just run a 20-mile run." I wanted them to see how hard the training was.
Yeah.
So I remember posting on Facebook saying, "Hi everyone, I've created an Instagram account, so if you want to follow my training, you can see how much work I put into this, and if you think that I deserve a donation, great."
Yeah.
So that's kind of where it started. So
I found you on there.
Is that where you found me on there?
Because that's when you said it, and I was like, "Oh, look at her!" Because I was in the middle of doing all my podcasts and stuff, and I was like, "Oh, look at her getting creative now online."
Well, it actually. So I'll tell you what happened. I started Instagram, and I just thought, I don't really know what I'm doing with this. I really didn't know. So a young lad at work, Jerome, has a lot to answer for. He said, "Give me your phone. I'll make this Instagram account for you." And 5 minutes later, he's only young.
Yeah.
It comes back in my hand with Marathon Girl on it.
Ah, there we go.
I was like, "Marathon Girl?" He was like, "Marathon Girl, come on, it'll be so much fun. Like, let's call you Marathon Girl." And I was like, "Really?" And he's like, "Yeah, this is what the cool kids do, Gemma. You need a name." I was like, "My name's Gemma. Yeah, it's fine, but let's just call you Marathon Girl." So I went along with it. And it's really funny because, Marathon Girl, it's kind of stuck and
it works.
Yeah, and it's worked and it's funny. So that's kind of where the name came from. I started Instagram, like I say, just to help to fundraise. And I found it amazing that this sort of like network of people from all around the world started to follow me. And I, the sense of, actual running community on these social media channels is fantastic. And we sort of all help and support each other. And it just kind of grew a little bit. And off the back of that, because I don't know if you know too much about Instagram, you can't really post everything. It's more of a picture type thing, and
it's even hard.
You say a little bit, and
it's hard to post links as well because they don't hyperlink. So you have to always put this thing that every single link in bio.
Yeah, but I kind of felt like I had a lot more to say than what I could put on Instagram. So I decided to set up a blog because I like to talk about running.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, so I thought, do you know what? I'm going to get all this stuff off my chest on a blog, and if people want to read the blog, fine. I started talking on a weekly basis my week in training, which I still do now. So I run all throughout the week, and I blog about how that week has gone. So Monday through to Sunday. I don't talk about a personal life or really anything apart from training. I just keep it training. Monday was a rest day, or Tuesday I went running and around 10 miles or whatever it is. And I talk about the training, but also what kind of goes through my mind as well. So that is the blog. And it won something recently.
I know. Again.
Very excited about that.
You put your mind to something. You are proving to people that you didn't have to listen to science at school to do really well. Do you know what I mean?
Or music. Or French, or maybe not many.
I put a disclaimer out there. You must learn to do things at school. Those teachers are there to mould your future, not there to be shut in cupboards and ignored. So you won something. What did you win?
It was really random. So my blog was nominated at this year's Running Awards.
Oh, nice.
For Best Blog.
Best blog.
And I got shortlisted to the final 12, which made me laugh because I thought, how did I get to the final 12?
Yeah.
Because there were some really big names on there, some really fantastic bloggers, and I just thought to myself, I'm not really one of those.
Again, you're being like, I want to do really well on my blog. Are you a blogger? Not really.
I mean,
not really.
It was really funny because when we was at the actual evening, they put on the screen like the shortlisted panel.
Yeah.
And most of the people on there had these amazing looking logos, and they'd actually screenshotted something off my site, plastered it on, Gemma Hockett, marathon girl, and I just thought, this looks really, really bad.
What was it? Just like
It was just a screenshot of the homepage, like a little bit of it stuck on this screen, and I thought, everyone's got these posh logos, and I just thought, I'm never going to win.
Yeah.
So I'm going to drink that glass of wine on the table because I was in my marathon recovery after Manchester, so I had a couple of weeks off.
Yeah.
So I thought, I'm going to enjoy that wine. There's a free bar as well that night.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. And, so I was absolutely shocked when they called my name for third place. So I came third.
Got bronze?
I got bronze.
Wow.
And I was just absolutely shocked.
Yeah.
Huge thank you to everyone who voted for that because... it's amazing.
So Gemma Hockett, mouth girl, she's not really a runner. She's not really a blogger.
You're not really a runner or a blogger.
She does really well in both of them.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool.
That was really, really good. And it's now got a nice little badge on it saying that I came third.
Nice.
So yeah, and I'm still writing.
You've got a logo now, haven't you?
I have got a logo.
Finally.
My friend John made me one.
Yeah.
And it's actually got me in it. Have you seen it?
I have seen it. It's like a silhouette of you,
Yeah,
isn't it? It's really good.
I am the eye.
Yeah, that's it's a really good logo. So what's the website address? People can find
it's www.themarathongirl.co.uk.
Themarathongirl.co.uk.
Yeah.
There you go, so people can check out. And what's your Instagram?
So actually, if you click on the site, you can actually click through to my Instagram and Twitter through the site.
Yep.
But just to search for me on Instagram it's actually at and then Gemma_Hockett.
So it's your name, yeah?
Yeah, just my name. I think you even haven't got to put in anything apart from Gemma Hockett, and I should come up.
You're there, or Marathon Girl there.
Yeah.
So I was on your website.
Oh no!
And
when?
This is before the other day.
Okay.
I do research, you see.
Okay.
And I saw you went to Kenya.
I did.
Why?
Yeah, that was a bit crazy.
What did you go to Kenya for?
I really wanted to experience Kenyan running.
Well, okay.
I really wanted to experience all of it. The running, the diet, how they live. I wanted to understand what the Kenyans do that we don't.
Yeah.
What can I learn from this? How can I better myself? What can I do that these guys are doing, basically? So I went out for 3 weeks and lived in a compound in a place called Iten, which is very high up. And yeah, it was brutal. It was really, really
different
tough.
Conditions, I bet, to do any kind of training or running in it.
It was all just a massive culture shock.
Yeah, I bet it was.
But it was amazing.
Yeah.
I think it actually has changed parts of me.
Really?
Yeah.
So you actually are one of the people who's like, it actually changed my life.
Yeah, when I got home, I had to adjust again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing. Testing at times, of course. But yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. I learnt a lot. But yeah, it was fantastic to be able to sort of run with world-class athletes. And they're just on every street corner. Like everyone I spoke to, they would ask me my marathon time, and they would always ask me what went wrong.
Right, okay.
Which really hacked me off, to be honest, because I'd be like, I PB'd.
Yeah.
You know,
that was a good time.
At the time, my PB was 3 hours, 7 minutes.
Yeah.
And yeah, the Kenyans would ask me if I'd stopped for lunch, if I'd been for a shower. They were shocked. They would all say, your marathon time, 2, and I'd be like, no, 3. 3? Yeah, I ran it in 3 hours, 7 minutes. 3 hours or 7 minutes? That's so slow. I'm like, thanks. So I'm very excited. Next time I go back to Kenya, I can tell them I now start with a 2.
Yeah, so then they'll be like, oh, good, but they'll be like, it's still not good enough.
Do you know, when I came through the line at Manchester, that was one of the first things I thought of. Yeah. I can't wait to go back to Kenya and tell everyone. 2 hours 59, 2! I got the magic 2.
That's amazing.
So yeah, Kenya was crazy, and yes, you're right, I did document about that on the website. There was 3 separate diaries, I think.
Yeah.
That I just broke it down in detail, what I got up to every day. Yeah, it was amazing. Got to meet some incredible, inspirational people that actually helped me mentally get round the marathon as well.
Yeah.
It hardened me up, for sure. It made me realise, being out there, that it's okay to hurt. You need to hurt. Getting out of your comfort zone is good. You need to embrace it rather than be scared of it.
Yeah.
And I think mentally it really benefited me going there more than anything. I actually hurt my foot while I was out there, so I had a couple of days where I couldn't even really do anything. So yeah, my training out there wasn't great, but yeah, it did wonders for my mind and made me believe that I can. And I think it's the belief that you need.
That's what I mean. You're quite inspiring, a little bit. You're a little bit like Rocky. You know, the boxer Rocky, like the Rocky Balboa. I mean, just you come from like this, and you just go to the next level, and then you push yourself. You are like Rocky 4 when he goes and trains out in the Alps.
Behave.
That's you. And I'm going to go to Kenya and train.
What I will say is that I do believe that we can achieve anything we want in this world.
Definitely,
if we want it enough.
Yeah.
And one thing that I picked up from the Kenyans is the desire. The desire they have, not only to run but to win, is on another level.
Yeah.
It's on another level. They have to. They want it. They need it. It has to happen. And yeah, there's definitely elements of that I took home.
So you can put that now into your next challenge. What is your next challenge?
So I've set myself another crazy goal, of course.
Go do the marathon in 20 minutes.
No. I would like to run the marathon in 2 hours 50 minutes.
Okay.
50.
Okay.
So it's another 9 minutes off.
You can do that.
Yeah, why not?
You could do that tomorrow.
No.
You could.
No, it's not going to be tomorrow.
I believe in you. I believe in you.
It's also not going to be in a few months' time. Yeah, it's going to be a challenge. But I have to go by my gut feeling, and my gut feeling is that there's still more in the tank.
Okay.
There's still more in the tank. So while I'm still young-ish, I'd like to give it a go, because I think I will regret it if I don't.
But it's all about regret, isn't it? It's like you always say.
I don't want it to be about regret. That's what I'm saying.
No, but it's all about regret. It's always like that thing that I don't want to do it because I don't want to regret. But I said I learned that very quickly. Start saying yes. Start saying I'm going to do something.
Yeah.
Because you'll regret it afterwards.
And I always believe in something else as well. Don't try, but do.
Oh, like that.
Yeah, I quite
like
like
a
that
T-shirt.
Yeah, I think I probably did read it on a T-shirt.
Oh, just do it. I think I read that on a T-shirt.
That's
somewhere.
like Nike. We're talking Nike now.
Yeah.
No, it's true. I do think that we can achieve anything if we put our minds to it. It just comes down to how much we want it.
Yeah.
And so why not? 250 is the next goal. I think I can do it. I've just got to train hard, and I'm used to that.
Yeah.
I'm used to that. I think I can do it.
The thing is that you're saying that to me, and you do have this little bit of doubt above you, but that doubt...
It's not doubt. It's just... I think you know how tough it is.
Yeah.
It's not that I know it's not going to happen. It's just how long is it going to take? Because I know the journey is going to be tough.
Well, I reckon you could do it next London Marathon. I think you could do it in a year's time.
I would like to do it at Manchester next year.
When's Manchester next year?
April. Actually, the date's still to be confirmed, but yeah, April.
It's usually just before London, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Yeah, it's usually at the start of the season.
You could do it.
Yeah, I'm up for it.
See, now you've said it, you are now going to start thinking about it.
I've written it somewhere as well. I thought I actually posted it on my website. I think once you say it becomes real as well.
That's the thing with the internet.
It becomes a bit scary.
Once you write stuff down the internet and people start liking it and saying it, you have to keep doing it.
Yeah.
So, but you got a good fan base, and the
fan base.
What you were saying
These
about
are real people.
Yeah, the followers. What I like about it is that, again, maybe they're not just fans. They're people that give you tips. They help you out. They inspire
I think we all help each other. That's what's amazing about it. I've had a lot of support along the journey, which has been incredible. And I like to think I've given a lot of support back as well.
Yeah.
So people ask me for tips and advice, and I'll always answer honestly.
All right, well, let's have some tips then. Give me some tips.
Oh, God.
Let's do some tips, right.
Hang on. We need to talk about what went wrong with you, boy.
I knew you were going to bring this up before we got to the end of the show without it.
I said I was going to somehow squeeze this in, and we've got 10 minutes to go.
Right.
So a couple of years ago, you reached out to me and said you wanted to start running.
Yeah.
You went out, you bought all the gear. What happened? You started?
I started, and then it hurt. And I was like, I'm going to stop.
So you got to that uncomfortable, I'm getting uncomfortable type.
Well, I'm not going to make excuses, because it is an excuse anyway. But I'm not going to make excuses. But what happens? I wanted to run. I wanted to get fit. I wanted to get fit for my wedding and everything. Right?
Yeah.
I wanted to be right. Okay. But the problem is I think my mentality where I was at that time in my life.
Yeah.
Wasn't a great time to start running.
Yeah.
Getting up early to start going running.
Yeah.
Doing this to start going running. I didn't have the time. I couldn't make the time. I couldn't do it. Looking at my life now, I think I could do it.
You do have time.
I can make the time now.
We all
I can
have
push
the
it.
same 24 hours in the day, Adam.
All right. All right. All right. My mental capacity then wasn't...
You didn't want it.
I know I didn't want it. I think maybe that's the thing.
Am I putting you on the spot?
Maybe I didn't want it, but I wanted the idea of it. Whereas,
I understand.
If I push myself now, I'm thinking, right, I could probably do this now.
You could do it. Anyone can do this.
See,
I think you should give it another go.
See, I'm not going to win this because you just spent a good nearly an hour and a half saying about how you went from not knowing what to do just to doing it, and I'm going.
Sometimes
I'm
I do still wonder if I don't really know what I'm doing, but we're always on a learning curve.
We are.
Yeah, you should try. Put those trainers on and go for a jog.
Go for a jog.
Just a jog. No time goals. That's actually one of my tips.
No time goals to start with. Just keep running.
Yeah. Just take it easy and just see how far you can go.
Yeah.
Build it up really gently and slowly. Don't kill yourself.
Well, because that'd be bad.
Speed kills.
Speed doesn't
kills me anyway. I can't run. That sounds silly, but I can't run very fast.
Not anymore.
No, speed kills. Just take it slow. Get some decent trainers and just go jogging.
Yeah, I think I need to. So I'm getting to the age now where I need to
start looking after yourself.
Get rid of this tyre.
Yeah, I had a tyre.
So I got the tyre. I need to get rid of that. Bit of running. Because my legs aren't big now. It's to me, I'm like Michelin Man around the belly. Yeah,
I think it will really do wonders for you. It will make you feel maybe a little bit more positive in life, happier, and healthy.
Doesn't running release endorphins or something?
It's funny because I sometimes think I don't know if I agree with it, and then when I'm not running, I think, I don't feel as happy today. I wonder why that is. Haven't been for a run.
Yeah, when I was running at the time, a couple of years ago, I remember doing it. I remember getting up at 6 a.m. and running.
Yep.
And I remember I think I only did a mile, right, a couple of times.
That's great.
But I got halfway round the block, because it literally was like a block mile.
Yeah.
And I got there, and I was like, what am I doing? What am I doing? Why am I doing this? And I was like swearing at myself, having a go at myself for getting up so early and pushing myself and hurting myself. And then I was like, well done. Now you've got to run home. So I was like having an argument with myself as I was running around.
Yeah, I have quite one of those.
To be fair, when I got home and after I cramped up a little bit in the shower, but I went to work and I felt good. I felt awake.
Yeah.
But then,
awesome.
Then things start like then your mentality. I think my judgment of like, you can't do it, stop doing it.
Yeah. You have to ignore that.
Have another 20-minute
You have to ignore that little annoying animal in your mind that tells you can't do something.
He's like, kebab or running, Adam? What one are you going to pick? And I'm like, what's going to be the kebab? How about if I run to the kebab shop and run back again? Is that good?
That would be a good start. Maybe if you got there and ordered a chicken one.
Oh, no, I would order a chicken one. I'll take that.
A chicken sheesh, maybe with some salad.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll eat that.
And then maybe jog back and eat it when you get home rather than on the go.
Only on the way back.
That would be a great start, Adam.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Run to the pub and back?
run to the pub and have a glass of water.
What's the point of going to the pub then? You might as well go to like someone's house.
Yeah, maybe.
All right then. A little things like that then.
Yeah, I think...
Best time to start running?
Now?
No, best time in the day. Like, best time, first thing in the morning?
For me, personally, I like to get up in the morning.
Yeah.
I'm a morning person, but we're all different. So I prefer to get up and go.
Get up and go.
Yeah, so I get up at 5 and I go running. So, yeah, and I would rather get all that done before work, before... really at any part of my day has started. I also find it's a nice feeling knowing that you're out training when everyone else is asleep.
I suppose it is a kind
and
of
the roads are quiet, so it doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter about anything.
Well, you have like luminous socks.
I do like luminous socks.
You like really bright colours.
Do you know, I don't really know where the sock thing, how it started. I needed some compression because I had sore calf muscles.
Yeah.
And I thought, why do I want to wear like black ones? Like, I don't want to look like a footballer.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to look like a man.
Yeah.
And I found that they come in all sorts of colours, bright pink, yellow, orange, and I thought, yeah, bright is great.
There you go.
So I have pretty much every single colour of sock you can get.
A luminous.
Yeah, I like a luminous.
Yeah, I've seen them.
Yeah, I like the yellow ones best.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
My mum actually bought me some really funny stripy ones.
Yeah?
Yeah, they're like rainbow socks.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, they're my new faves.
Gemma, we've come to the end of the show, mate.
Oh, I'm quite sad, actually.
Yeah, see? That was brilliant. That was good.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
Marathon girl.
It's been really fun.
So, Gemma, again, just tell people where to find your website.
Okay, so you can log on to www.themarathongirl.co.uk.
And Instagram is...
Well, you can actually click onto my Instagram from my site, or you can just search for Gemma_Hockett on Instagram.
Yeah, so give her a follow, check her out, check out the website and everything, and go to the journey. Watch her journey.
Follow the journey.
All right, so thanks for listening, everybody. It's a NOTsensical here on CCR 104.4 FM. If you've just tuned in and you missed it and you want to listen again, the whole show will go up on Mixcloud later on today, and you can listen to the whole thing. Or if you think, I don't want to listen again like that, I want the podcast. You can. It's on iTunes and anywhere else you get your podcast from, and that will be out very, very shortly after this show finishes, because we can't put the podcast out until we're done. So, thanks for listening, everybody. We're going to play one of Gemma's favourite songs. It is West End Girls by Pet Shop Boys. Is this another running song?
It is, actually.
It is? So this is another song that you'd run to. Look at this. Oh, look at that build-up when you're running.
Should we go for a run?
Let's go for a run. I'm going to the kebab shop. Right, I'll be back next week, everybody. Say goodbye, Gemma.
Bye, guys.
Thank you, Adam. And thank you for listening to the NOTsensical podcast. To get in touch with Mr. Barker, please tweet @BarkerPodcasts or even @NOTsensical. You can avail yourself of additional shows from the world of not listening by pointing your carrier pigeon or ear trumpet at notlistening.co.uk. You can find out more about the technological marvel that is the wireless by asking your father to pass a message to ChelmsfordCommunityRadio.com when he is next at his gentleman's club. Or simply retune your dial to 104.4 frequency modulation. Now, go to bed.